Hi, it's David Tracy with the Autopian. I'm going to give you a quick video tour of some Chinese electric cars on sale here in Europe, not for sale in the US. These are not cheap machines. They are surprisingly good. Not a surprise to people who've driven it and people in the know. China is ahead of the game when it comes to electric vehicle development, and it's no surprise that these cars are legit. So we'll start with the Aura Funky Cat. That's this fun little hatchback, front wheel drive. Feels like a quality machine. Look at that little fish right there. That's fun. When you start the car, that little, whatever it is, carp comes into the picture. It feels like a quality machine. Materials are nice. And it's fun. You got this exclamation mark. It's fun to drive. There's a bit of torque steer. You can see. Alright, it's yelling at me, but here's a rotary shifter. This is a nice car in here. Okay, now we'll go to the MG. The MG is a little bit farther down market in terms of pricing. This starts in the about 35,000. This one's a little more. I think this Funky Cat costs a little bit more than that. The MG is simpler inside. This interior is very basic. Kind of smells plasticky in here. But you know, it's fairly inexpensive, relatively speaking. It's not that cheap. There's room. It's a spacious EV. A lot of functions on the screen. I want more buttons. Not the greatest materials, but you know what? It doesn't feel cheap. They made sacrifices, compromises in the right areas to keep the price down. So that is the MG4. Next, we get to the Maxis MIFA 9, which is this van, a 7-passenger van. Looks kind of like a Land Rover in the front. It's big. It's got a blocky profile in the rear, and you get all the luxuries that you would want out of a modern luxury-ish van. Power doors, really nice interior. You can stretch out. You've got a nice glass roof there. This is a legitimately high-quality van. The materials are really nice. Column shift, which is fantastic. Why waste space on a rotary dial shifter? I'm fairly sure that is a wireless charging pad. There's storage down here. This is a quality van. Front wheel drive, quick enough. Yeah, it's not cheap though. It's worth mentioning that the MG is relatively cheap, but this Maxis is about 70 grand, and the Aura Funky Cat is not that cheap either. I think it probably starts at about 40. I'll have to look that up. And then we have iWay's U6 rather. iWay's U6. I drove the iWay's U5 last year. Very basic interior, kind of similar to that MG. Black, cheaper plastics. So when I opened the door to this iWay's U6, I'm not gonna lie, my mind was blown. Look at this. Look at this interior. It is remarkable. This steering wheel is gorgeous. Kind of weirdly shaped, but it's gorgeous. You've got this shifter that you grab and you twist like that to shift gears. It is, the colors in here are fantastic. There's a glass roof. There's a lot of space. Again, this one's front wheel drive. Look at that little basic but elegant little information right there in front of the steering wheel. Just a really legitimately cool van. Now this thing starts at, I think, in the roughly 50,000. So it's not that cheap, and that's the thing. Not all of these Chinese cars are cheap. The ones that aren't though are actually legitimately cool. So the iWay's great interior, same with the Maxis, and actually the Aura Funky Cat has a good one too, and it's just a lot of fun. The MG feels the cheapest, is the cheapest, and that's just a quick look at some Chinese cars that are on sale here in Germany.